All right, all right, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I asked this next young lady before I say that. They said if you want something done right, send a woman to do it. So really quickly, let me hear you say, Sheila! Sheila! They said send a woman to do it. I asked this next woman, when did you know your mama was a bad lady? She said it was the first time she ran for Congress. She said the sweets told her not to run. Sheila, don't do it. She said, my mama told these people. The people told me to go. So on that, I'ma go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Before I bring that woman, Erica Lee, to the stage.
Hello, Houston. I don't hear you. Hello, Houston, over here. I want to hear you. I'm so proud to be here. And the question I get most about my mother is not about her policy. It's not about her politics. It's about how does she keep going. And you know how she keeps going? Because of each and every one of you, and because she has her purpose. And you know who taught her purpose? When she was running around her grandmother's knee, and then her mother and her father, who didn't have the opportunities that she wants for all of Houston. And then when her high school counselor said, I think you should be a secretary, she said, no, I have a greater purpose. And she has kept her eye on that purpose day after day after day. And that purpose is service. Service for Houston, service for our nation. But I want to bring her home. Are you ready to bring my mother home? Are you ready to bring Sheila home for Houston? It is my honor to introduce your next mayor, the Honorable Sheila Jackson Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for it. Let's clap, clap, clap. We're already clapping. We're already clapping for the victory. We're already clapping for progress. We're already clapping for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. The one, the only woman leading us forward, Sheila for Houston.
I love you, Houston. I love the array of people that I see. And I love what we are and what we can become. My message to all of you is that hope conquers fear. And hope is what brings and what will bring results. For we all know that the actual words are faith without works are dead. And as I look at this city and look across this landscape of people, I want you to see in this campaign, no matter what station of life you're in, what age you are, there is hope in this city, and in this city there are results. This is an international city. I proclaim this city is a city for all people. And thank you for coming today so that we can build on the foundation already laid, that we can rebuild this city in neighborhoods where you want a better look. We want to make sure that we can transform this city.
Sheila.
This is democracy.
Sheila. 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 Sheila.
The people of Ukraine are fighting for democracy. We pray for them. But we are grateful that there are people here that understand what Sheila Jackson Lee stands for. A builder, a transformer, and if you will, a person that will unlock the city and open the doors of this city to every single Houstonian. Together, this city will take over as the greatest city in America. We thank our mayor for the work that has been done. But I'm reminded of a phrase that has kept me strong, because I am a dreamer, like Dr. King. But I'm also a dreamer, in the words of George Bernard Shaw, and the words that were taken by Robert F. Kennedy. And I want us to be that kind of city where some men and women will ask the question, why? But I dream of things that never were and ask, why not? And what I want to say to you in these few minutes is that in unity, we can do the things that are why not. I proclaim this city as a why not city. We dream and ask the question, why not? In 1837, the name of the mayor was James S. Holman. In 1863 and 1865, the mayor was William Anders, and Houston was a logistical site for the Confederacy. In the 62 mayors, there has been little difference. But look at the city. And I want the difference you might see in me, the first that you might see in me, that someone across town will say, that's not what we're used to in a mayor. That's not the kind of spirit we're used to. That's a fighter. That's a person who's going to stand up and speak. That's a person who's going to be heard not only in Houston, but around the nation and around the world. That's a person that's going to demand the best for Houston. By the way, in 1912, the mayor that was there saw the first Mexican immigrants who came and settled in Second Ward. Houston is used to change even in those years. But for the person across town that is looking on the question of this does not look like the person, I'm going to say to the Anglo doing a great jog in Memorial Park, friends and brothers and sisters from the east to the north, to the west to the south, my diversity affirms yours. I may not be you, but the fact that I am different impacts and affirms your difference. Because in this city, everyone that is different, the door is going to be open and you're going to be welcome. And so, my brothers and sisters, my intent is to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all those who are destitute, for those who have not been judged fairly, and defend the rights of the poor and the needy. I will not be ashamed of going and speaking to those who are unhoused and homeless. We're going to make sure that they are housed and that they have a home. It is, of course, that we stand in this building, formerly named after the Honorable Barbara Jordan. I know that her language was such that she believed in the righteousness of right. And she said that when asked what people who are diverse want, she said they only want the promise of America. Houston, make it plain. All that Houston is asking for and what you deserve is a promise of America. Whether you're working families, whether you're making ends meet, whether you're in corporate Houston, you need the promise of America. As Erica said, and I love her, and my husband is here, Elwin Lee, my son is here, Jason Lee. The only thing missing is my son-in-law and the grandchildren. You know they've got to wait back. They're coming on the victory night. But in any event, my mother and father did not receive a college education. And they could only imagine their daughter going to Yale University, graduating with honors. None of that put me above anyone else. But it did give me a sense as I went to Mr. Jefferson's law school, the University of Virginia, a formerly segregated state, that whatever I get and whatever I do is to push out and to give to others and to be assured that as mayor, what power I have is for each and every one of you. Because when working in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference as a young leader, I got to see what a difference activism can make with leadership. Let's not be afraid of activism in the city of Houston. And so as I practiced law and became an associate municipal court judge and on the Houston City Council, I dug in, began to look at homelessness, wanted to make sure public housing was dignity housing, wanted to make sure that our law enforcement, way before, were friends of the neighborhood. No one should shout out that Sheila Jackson Lee does not have the understanding of being able to bring law enforcement, public safety, firefighters, and all of us together for the betterment of this city. I will do that. You have honored me to serve in the United States Congress, and I just want to say a few things. For a long time, this city said we'll never have rail. And there were people who said it over and over again, Bishop Dixon, over and over again. You're a member of Congress that went yes in 1995. Every single year I was on the floor of the House demanding that Houston get rail. It did not come right away, but I never gave in, I never gave out, never gave up, and had $900 million that has created the rail system that we have today under Barack Obama. We work with children. We work with seniors. We created a Juneteenth holiday. We brought in over $1 trillion to this city in federal dollars, and every single hurricane, I have brought in monies from Hurricane Ike to Rita to Storm Allison to Katrina. And when I say Katrina, to our friends that came, I call them friends. They're survivors. They were not refugees. They came and we welcomed them. We had resources for them from the federal government. They are our city. We are them. And when Hurricane Harvey came, Speaker Pelosi designated me as the leader, and we brought in $155 billion to bring people out of the devastation of Hurricane Harvey. I say all this because everybody says, you know what? She shows up, and I love it. But in the midst of showing up, I bury my head in Washington over the facts and the budget and the needs, and I come out a winner when we talk about legislating in the city and the nation. And so I want to say to all of you that as I announce this great step forward, I cannot do it without you. And quickly, I want to make sure that you have these points. I know that we've got water and wastewater issues, and I believe that we will establish a top-of-the-line wastewater and water system on private and public financing. Our citizens deserve better and good water, and they deserve a waste system that works, and we'll build on what we have, but you can count on Sheila Jackson Lee. I know where the money is. I know where the folk are. I know how we can get this done. We will continue a state-of-the-art rail system, and you'll take your train to Hobby Airport and, yes, to Bush Intercontinental Airport. We'll work on the repairs of streets, and we got to do it together. We'll have a scientific analysis of the streets by sector in the city of Houston. We'll go where the most damage is. We'll be methodical in getting it done, and you'll be riding on streets that you can be proud of. We'll do it together. We will be like the beginning of earth, and we will say, let there be light. We will use LED lighting all over the city of Houston, and we'll find federal dollars to do it. Natural disasters come. Climate change has brought that about. But we will not let natural disasters get us down. We'll be able to be prepared ahead of time. We will work with an ongoing disaster response team to be ready for any disaster that comes, working with the excellent public safety and our other leaders in the issue of disaster and disaster recovery. We'll be in front of a disaster. We won't be behind it. We'll be out there to be in front of it. And some say they have the answers to a pending budget challenge. I want to acknowledge the hard work of the mayor and the Houston City Council. I don't need to step on to step up. And we will build on what we have today. And so as a member of the Budget Committee, a senior member of the Budget Committee, dealing with a $6.7 trillion budget, having worked on and crafted the American Rescue Act that has been the saving grace of states and cities during the horrible pandemic. We will find a way to be able to work again with getting good salaries for police and fire, not forgetting our municipal and other employees. And we will work on a budget with city council, working with leaders from around the nation, and craft a budget that will be balanced, but it will not leave out the working families, the homeless. It will not leave out the children. It will not leave out the neighborhoods. It will not leave out recreation. It will not leave out the beauty of this city. We don't have to knock you down to build somebody up. We'll have a budget for the entire city. And I know that there may be someone here that has been impacted by crime. I tear up, not because I'm weak, but because I'm strong. Because I want to reach over when I see something on the news about someone losing their life, or some robbery, or some incident that has caused a family to mourn. That's why one of the things I did in my leadership is to make sure that we think about the victims, and brought $1 million almost to HPD for the victims of crime. We got to worry about them, but we got to get in front of crime. We cannot ignore it. We cannot ignore Houstonians that feel unsafe. But having supervised as a member of the Judiciary Committee every federal law enforcement, I know how to engage and form a unified team of all of the law enforcement, from constable to sheriff to HPD to the federal authorities, that we get them focusing on helping to solve crimes. And those who are on the beat, we thank them and we make sure that they're in front of it. It'll be well lit. We get people to understand that giving information is not snitching. We're going to work with the community. We'll have to do it together. We're going to bring down crime. We're going to stop people from having no alternative but to engage in crime. And we're going to work on providing for the needs of hungry families. People think I use the federal government so much. Well, maybe because one of the places I represented, I wound up getting them an ambulance, body cameras, sewage system with federal dollars, a local community. So I'm not going to leave the state out with $32 billion, Representative Reynolds and others. We're going to ask the state to be a partner in the fourth largest city in the nation. We're going to wonder why Texas doesn't want this city to shine, so that people from around the world will believe, as we believe, we're a destination city, and we want the state of Texas to work with us. I will solve problems. The Department of Justice, hopefully not, housing, and right now we're working to try to bring those dollars that we're owed, $4 billion, $2 billion to Harris County, $2 billion to Houston. There is an IOU outstanding. We're going to cash on that IOU. When we build on housing, we will help bring down crime. When we build on homeless persons having a house, a place to live, we'll bring down crime. We'll help veterans get off the street in large numbers. I believe that work will, in fact, generate results. The question is, will you join me? Will you join me? Will you join me? We've got wealth in this city. And guess what? It's in the pockets of small businesses. Some are in their living room or alcove off of the kitchen. Some of them have 10 employees or 20. I'm going to lift them up, highlight them, make sure that we're doing everything that works to have them work. I want small businesses to go to work and to create the opportunities right in the neighborhoods and around. And as President Rodriguez said, and soon to be President Claude Cummings said, we have got to worry about working families, and we've got to make sure that they are all in whatever we do. So small businesses lifted up, the city hall unlocked for everyone, the permitting process we build up and streamline with an analysis an analysis of how we can move the permitting process. The mayor will go down there to pump them up and thank them and cheer them on and say, let's get to our desk. Let's work to move and expedite permitting. No, we're not going to violate rules that will make Houston unsafe, but the people around the nation will say, or those coming to do business with that city because they know how to do business. It is certainly a time that nothing is easy. I will not be a mayor that shies away from divisive issues, but I will not be divisive. I will do as we did after 9/11, embrace our Muslim brothers and sisters. I will go to Seder and appreciate and respect my brothers and sisters of Passover. I will ensure that those of Christian faith have their place and any other faith is welcomed. Immigrant and non-immigrant, people of all colors. I started and said, if the Anglo brother jogging in Memorial Park sees me as different and diverse, give him comfort. I affirm his difference and diversity. We are all, in certain settings, diverse. We all walk into a place where we might be the diversity or the room might be the diversity. I have no illusion that this will be an easy campaign. There are those with unlimited dollars. I look at you and say, I have the richest of rich. I want the people. I want this to be the crusade. I want us marching from every corner of this great city, bigger than many states, to make a difference. They will have money, but I will have you. And so I hope as we listen to what we can do together, you'll be excited about bringing down crime and the infrastructure and getting the budget done and permitting and getting into the weeds. Don't let anyone out-debate you. She can't get into the weed. But I will stand against hate. I will stand for reproductive freedom for women. I will stand for choice. And I will stand for the civil rights of all people. And I'll stand for the brother who was shouting. And I'll answer him about Ukraine. And I'll answer, if this city is an international city, we will have to show that people are welcome from Ukraine or Afghanistan or France or Africa or South and Central America. That's what we have to celebrate. That's what people need to see for Houston, Texas. I'm a bridge builder, and I'll work towards solutions, not fights. If I fight, I'm fighting for you. I'll be a problem solver. We'll work together. I will be a person that you can call Sheila. And I'll answer. Maybe you might call me mayor, but if you call me Sheila while I'm running this city, I'll turn around and say, come on in. What you need? What's your problem? And so I started by saying hope conquers fear. I said that hope without results bears little fruit. And I also said that I have joined the crowd of dreamers, from Martin to Bobby Kennedy. Some people see what is and ask why. I dream what never was and ask why not. And so today, we're coming upon a time where Sheila Jackson Lee is asking you why not. In her differences and her sameness, why not she can love this city? Why not can she not be the believer in unity, and that togetherness will have us condemn all the ills and rise up to the fruits of this great city? Why can we not be a transformational city? Why can we not be the city that is a builder for eternity? Why can we not be the city that the keys are unlocked? Why can we not be the city that they pour in from around the world, investing in this great city? Why not? And then I'm just going to leave you with a little teaser as I end. Young people have come to me. They said, we don't have mental health services. Families have come to me in the midst of the pandemic. We love faith, and they have that. We know that the city's health department does not have that as its main focus because we know the jurisdictional different, Commissioner Ellis. But I'm going to join with the county, and I'm going to make Houston the best known place for people being able to access without condemnation or stigma. We're going to access health, mental health services for you in the city of Houston. I'm going to respond to young people who are asking. And then, everybody keeps looking at Atlanta. I bet there's some folk who relocated from Atlanta right in this place. I love my friends in Atlanta. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, when I worked as a youth leader, I spent some time on Auburn Avenue. But I tell you, it's a long time overdue for Houston to produce movies and videos and MTV. We're going to open up an entertainment center right here in Houston. Tyler Perry, we're coming. We love you, but we're coming. Entertainment center. Public-private partnership. We're not waiting on the state. We're not waiting on the federal government. We're going to do it right here in Houston, Texas. We're going to put young people to work. We're going to have actors, dancers, writers. We're going to have directors, filmmakers right here in Houston, Texas. Jackson Lee is going to go over there and watch you produce multi-million-dollar films. And lastly, we love all our teams. We love all our teams. But it's time now, having hugged Brittany Griner just this week, it's time to get a WNBA team back here in Houston, Texas. And so I just say to all of you, you look so good. You look so good. I proclaim now today that Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee takes that part off, starts a new journey. We don't know what the end will be. But if we build and do it together, if we walk together, if we live together, if we are together, I know that today I tell you, I launched my campaign for mayor of the city of Houston, and we're ready to go, and ready to change, and ready to build, and we're dreaming what others have never dreamt, and we say, why not? Why not? Everybody, Dr. Elwin C. Lee, Erica, Shelwyn, Lee Carter, and Jason Cornelius Bennett Lee. And 2 grand. Thank you. Love you guys.